Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Darcy Ogandaga, CEO of Trillion Media, and this is a special video for one of my clients to really explain what's going on with social media structure when it comes to the timeline, when it comes to the application, and the tools and resources that you need to make sure that your campaign, your media, your product, your website, your social media tools are all working together. So let me give you the essentials things that you need in social media to expect some type of result. Okay? So number one, you need to make sure that you have what we call a social media tool or a CRM software like lead pages. You have to connect your lead pages. Lead pages is a tool to educate people first and therefore to bring them to a funnel. Every successful online business, they have a funnel. What is a funnel? Is number one, you have your bait that you put out in social media. Social media is not a place for you to sell, it's a place for you to educate the masses. So it's an invitation that you're giving to people in exchange of a free training, a free book, a free PDF, a free video. So let's say, for example, the sweet spot is to have a weekly free teaching webinar or teleseminar. But webinar is better because about 80% of the internet traffic is video in 2015 and beyond. So this is the segmentation of your campaign on social media and what you need to have. Number one, you have to have what we call a Facebook event. A Facebook event where you invite the maximum of friends that you think will be interested by the offer that you have to make. So you create an event on Facebook. That event needs to be connected directly with a place like lead pages or a website who have a component of e-commerce where they can have access to your content. Okay? So now you have your event on Facebook where you invite the people you think that will need that teaching. So from that event is connected to a video. That video you invite people to come to a free webinar where you will teach live. Now in that webinar when you teach live, the first step that you do what we call the organic traffic. The organic traffic is the traffic that you have when you tag your friends and you try to talk to maximum people according to your Facebook reach. That's the first thing that you do the first 2 days. Day number 3 now, after you exhaust your inner circle on Facebook, now you go to promote your post. And you promote your post for 7 days according to the date where your event will be happening. For 7 days, now you're targeting the type of people that you want at your event. So when you finish targeting those people, all those people that register on your event from your Facebook event need to be put on the list on your CRM, so MailChimp or Aweber. Now when this list of friends receive that, Aweber or MailChimp is connected to your webinar platform to create some type of automation according to when your event will take place. So let's say you have 100 friends. Those 100 friends will receive an email when they register from that webinar. Welcome to this webinar, thank you so much, I cannot wait to see you. Then they receive another email, saying, do not forget, the webinar is in 3 days. Another email, the webinar is tomorrow. Another webinar, the webinar will take place in 6 hours from now. Another email, the webinar will take place in 1 hour. Another reminder, the webinar will take place in 15 minutes. Another email saying like we are live. You understand? So let me repeat so to make sure that you catch it. So number one, you receive a webinar for welcome. Number 2, the webinar will happen in 3 days. Number 3, the webinar will happen tomorrow. Number 4, the webinar will happen in 6 hours. Number 5, the webinar will happen in 15 minutes. And number 6, the webinar we are live. Those 6 emails will be sent to 100 people, so you will have to send 600 emails through your virtual assistant. You will be in charge of the time when you send the email. So now when you send the email in North America, you need to send the email to a certain time. And the sweet time to send email is between 6 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock in the morning. That's when people get up and check their email from their mobile device, or when they get to work before they start working. The sweet spot. That's the first email. And now, every other email that you're going to send is going to be a different time according to the time of your recording. But your first email to get their attention need to happen between 6 and 9. If you can send all your email by that time according to your event, is great too. So that's the first part. The second part now, on the other end, you need to have an automation system when it comes to your selling process. So you need to have your video or store in a secure place on an e-commerce where you use an encrypted page where people cannot have access to that page. Your video don't need to be on YouTube link or unlisted link or private link. You cannot sell, effectively that way. You need to have an e-commerce where you store your thing, and when everything is stored, now people can have access to it with an autoresponder from MailChimp, or your e-commerce will send them with a link and the password or whatever they have to do to access this course. So now you can just point somebody, say like, go to that link and access my training without you doing nothing, because that training will be recording professionally through sequence and is stored somewhere safe where that person can access that video over and over again. So you need the e-commerce will attach to your website. Now, your website needs to be updated every week when you drop your video of a week. That video needs to be on YouTube, Vimeo, and all over social media sites that you have, including a picture of that video on Instagram. So now, when people come to your website, they can see the video again on your website and some small contemporary blog post to match it, or maybe a longer version of that video on your website. So now your website, you give a reason for people to come to your website at least once a week because there's something new is going to be there. So it's extremely important to have that type of system. So now you have your social media application, lead pages. You have your professional Facebook page to be able to boost your post, and your personal Facebook page for organic traffic. Now, when you do all that, I want to sell a video. Now let me give you the precision of that video. You need to upload that video directly into Facebook. Okay? Because like that video will get a lot of traffic. That video don't need to have a lot of traffic, a lot of graphics. So Facebook will let you promote that video. Now, if you want to have a subscription model where people get access to your video every month, so what we call a membership site, the best membership site out there, they are WordPress-based websites. There's different applications, and it's a little tedious to be able to do that. A professional can build that membership site for you. So now when you have a membership site, when you have your affiliate program, when you can now partner with people, and everything I'm telling you right now, everything is working together. They're all connected. Your Facebook event with your professional Facebook, with your personal Facebook, with all your videos on Vimeo, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, every social media site, they know exactly when your webinar is happening. And now you can have now webinar with 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 people. It will not happen the first week or first 2 weeks, but if you're following this system consistently for 12 weeks in a row with everything I just told you, you will start seeing some result. And in 6 months, you should now really be close to at least 50% of your goals. So this is why it's so important to have all those elements working together. Now, there's different videos that you can do at your, in your house But when it comes to a course, I advise personally when somebody will invest money that video, that course being shot professionally. So it's important for you to have your thing shot professionally so people can have access to it in a professional manner. And they say, you know what? That person invests in themselves, so I will invest in their course. Your content can be good, but make sure that the quality of your image, your video, and your sound matching your content. So when you have all these elements working for you, now let me add the last two elements. You need to have now something called like webinar jam, or something that easy webinar when you host your webinar, and now you can automate your webinar according to different things. So it's extremely important for you to have that. But until you understand all those elements that you need to have, and when you have all these type of things, the last one, you need to have a podcast. Your podcast on iTunes. iTunes reach 145 countries. So that video that you drop on a week, it can become a podcast as well, and you reach a limited amount of people. And at the end of your podcast, at the end of your short video, it is always a call to action to buy something or to go watch another free event. Never have a video that you release on any platform without a call to action who's going to feed your automate funnel for your internet business model for every business out there. So I'm doing this for a special client of mine who asked me, and I said, you know what, I need to make it not just personal, but for everybody who tries to understand what's going on. And I'm going to show you an example on this video. This is why you need to come and access my course, How to Recruit People on Facebook. Will be available next week, June 21st, 2015 at 10 p.m. where I will give you what I just told you with every details and how you can really structure and do it so you can be successful with your business. So thank you for your time. Thank you so much. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.